There we go. So we are here with the beautiful and the wonderful Miss Daisy, and she has a surprise for us.
Yeah. What's our surprise? Do I get to tell, or are you gonna?
No, you tell. You tell.
Well, we have some baby bunnies here on the homestead. Would you like to see them?
Yes, 1,000 times yes.
Okay. Well, I've got to go into the chicken yard because the bunnies coop, and we have 3 little black New Zealand bunnies. We have 2 white New Zealands and 2 red New Zealands. One of them's a light red, and one of them is a true red. And the babies are nice and wiggy. Ken doesn't like me being over here, so she's going to stand and squawk like a little turd. Sorry, I said that. Okay, you get to see one of the red ones. It's fresh from sleeping a nap. Little baby bunny. Baby. You want to see the other ones?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, how cute.
Oh.
Aren't they so sweet? And there's Mama. She's not super happy that I'm here, but she's tolerating me. Normally, they would have a bunch of fur. I can show you what a normal nest would look like because the black rabbit's nest is more normative. And this bunny's so sweet. Thank you, Mama. You're so kind. I had to bring him inside yesterday because we had a heat advisory. And little baby bunnies, their little bodies aren't made for the strong heat. Rabbits can withstand 30 degrees below zero, but they cannot withstand the heat. It's so hard for them. They can have something called heat stroke. So we had to protect them.
Yeah.
Hey, Mama. Hey, look, there's Mama. Hey, this is Banicula. And let me feel. Hey, baby.
Oreo.
Oh, I'll show you Oreo. Okay.
I want to see
Ooh,
the Oreo bun. I want to see the
I'll
Oreo
show you.
baby.
Oh, this baby's so big and fat. You got fat even since yesterday. Look at this little fat bun bun. Ain't she cute? Can you see?
Oh,
So
Sweet.
she's pregnant too. She's got babies.
Oreo's a boy, so
Oh, so no.
I thought Oreo was a girl too, and then it wasn't like that. Oh, we got to see Boswell too. He's my kitty cat bunny. He's like a cat. He loves to be petted. Hey, Boswell, how you doing, bud? You just want a good little pet and love. Oh, he just loves to be loved. He's my love bunny. He just loves to be loved. Yeah. He's shedding his coat a little bit because it's a little hot.
I have my baby avocado.
All right, and here's Oreo, the most fun bun. I just love how he looks. I love his pretty coat. Hey, Oreo.
hi, Oreo.
Oh, he's leaning in too.
Yeah. Sweet bun. He would be. Whoops.
Wait,
Where's his eyes at?
where's his eyes?
Eyes are right here and here.
What?
They look. It's like he's got makeup on.
He has big
He does. Hey, Oreo, come here. Come here, bud. You want some?
look at the Oreo.
Yeah. We'll have to come around to the side to get a different view of him. You see him?
Yeah.
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 His eyes.
Hey, bud.
Yeah, yes.
He's a little bit scared, but he's tolerating us. He's one that if you hold him, he loves to be held. He's a love bug too. Not as much as Boswell, but he's a love bug. I really like Oreo. All right. Is there anything else we want to see? Do we need to see some chickens or anything?
Nope.
Oh, they're talking to us.
They are talking.
Yep.
One of them's kind of like, why are you in my hood? One of them's singing the egg song. So that one's saying, hey, I just laid an egg, come see me.
I want to see the chickens again. Who wants to see the chickens again in that super fancy cage?
So here we go. These hens are laying eggs right now.
Singing the chicken song.
Yes.
Is she going to show us?
Are you proud of yourself? Are you proud of yourself? This is Buffy, the Orpington. Oh, she didn't like that. She got me. Did you see that?
Yeah. Bully.
Holy.
They're like, give us some privacy. Stop all that. Oh, the ducks are over here. You want to see the ducks?
Yeah, sure.
Louie, Louie. Look at them squawking.
The chickens are with the duck.
They are. It's true.
I speak duck. Don't judge me.
They're not quite sure about us. But I
What's
found some overgrown okra on the ground. They're over here eating. They're just eating it up.
Buck, 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 buck.
Okra.
What's
Yes.
what's in the big barrel that's got some green sticking out?
Well, it should be. It's our composter, but the things. This is broke, but there's stuff growing in it because it's got really fertile stuff in there. So you should be able to turn it, and it makes black gold in 2 days. Apparently, is that what they bill it as? And the garden's just going kind of crazy. So I picked
Okra.
okra. Okra.
Just a second. So going back to the composter, what is compost and how do you make it?
You get a bunch of rotten.
Compost is organic matter. It is basically the dirt that we plant things in. It's broken down from organic matter, and that's like dead plants, mostly, and also poop. So what we do is we take leaves, and sometimes when so the chickens have bedding in their little things, and we put chicken bedding in there because it has poop sometimes in it too. You can use rabbit poop as well. And then we have a bucket in our house, and if we have any any leftovers that are plant based, we put them in the composter, and then we bring them out here for the scraps, and it helps. We can turn leftover food into fertilizer for food that we currently have. So with compost, it makes soil that's rich in nutrients that then you grow plants in.
Wow.
So instead of buying it from the store, you make it yourself.
And then it doesn't have any chemicals in it, and so then it's all organic.
It's organic, and it's healthier for the environment and for us.
Yay! Thank you.
You're welcome.
You were doing this.
All right. Well, sorry it was such.
I know what compost is. Compost is kind of at our mine farm. We use like rotten food. Like we put rotten food and dead plants, and then we just let it sit in a pile of dirt, and then it would do it on its own.
That's it. And this one, you just turn it because it can get hot, and you don't want it to get hot and catch on fire. So that's why we have ours when we turn it. So
why don't you put meat in it? What happens if there's meat?
Well, with meat can be composted, but you need to compost it separate because it takes longer to break down, and it can cause disease in humans. So you would need to put it separately. There's a different way I don't know how to compost meat, and we normally feed our leftover meat to the dogs, and there's really not a lot of leftover meat in our house. So, but we all. Who's the kiddo on the other line, Karen?
Oh, Amari.
Amari. Okay. So I didn't know if there was another kiddo. Are they squeamish about? Do they know about hunting? Whoever it is.
Yeah.
You know about? Okay.
My name's Amari. You're the girl who.
Oh, hey, Amari. I didn't know if there was another friend on with us.
There is lots of friends.
Oh, there's lots of friends. Okay.
There's Faith. There's Savannah and
Okay.
Alex.
Got it.
Savannah, Princess of
that,
Genius.
like,
How many times do I have to say it?
Chickens eat meat as well because they're omnivores. So sometimes we give them meat, but we I have given them leftover meat, but it has to be still like human consumption. You know, you can't give them anything that's rotten. it might be like pushing it, but you can't give them anything rotten. So we sometimes supplement them with fish and other game. So
No.
Thank you.
you're welcome. It was so good to see you guys.
I see your dog since it's Animal Day.
You want to see my dog?
Yeah.
Okay, he's gonna love it because he's such an attention hound. His name is Buddy, and he's a cattle dog. And those come from like the Australian Shepherds and Australian Blue Heelers, I think. And they are bred. And see, we have more cattle than we do people. And so cattle dogs are pretty prominent. And we rescued him from the local shelter. He's turned into a pretty good hunting dog. Buddy, come here. Buddy, come here. Come here, bud. All right, so this is Buddy. Say, hey, Buddy. Hey, Buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, buddy.
If you'll notice, he's Buddy. Look here. Look at his eyes. Can you see his eyes?
Aw.
That's cool.
He's got a blue eye and a brown eye.
What?
Buddy,
I didn't see his blue eye.
here. Can you see?
Yep.
Yep. So he's got a blue eye and a brown eye. And he is a very fast runner. And he has the herding instinct. So if he's around another dog, he will he'll nip their heels. And he'll try to herd them. I've never seen him around children. Sometimes the herding dogs will nip the heels of children, but there he is. He's like, he won't turn and face the camera for some reason. But can you see him now better?
A
Yep.
little bit to the right.
Like this?
Yep, there we go.
Hey, Buddy. He's such a good boy. He's getting camera shy. You're
He
such
just
a good
wants your
boy,
love.
Buddy. He's just such a good boy. Yeah. So that's my dog, Buddy.
What?
He is the worst watchdog. He has gotten into the van of the UPS worker and tried to go off with her. He doesn't bark when people come, and if they come up to the door, he rolls over and shows them his belly and asks for pets. We just dog sat a dog named Dixie, who is a golden, and she would bark, and then he would bark. But he can track deer and he can hunt, and he's actually grabbed a hummingbird out of the air because he's so fast.
Wow.
But he's not a watchdog at all.
He looks like one.
He does, but he has not one vicious bone in his body. I don't think he'd scare anybody except for people who are afraid of dogs in general, because he's not. He's a threat to anything smaller than him, but that's just about it. So
like a cat.
like a cat, yeah. We can't have cats because he would not treat them kindly at all. He's gotten squirrels, rabbits,
No,
you name the
your
animal.
rabbit? Your rabbits?
If I don't keep my rabbits up, he would get my rabbits, yeah. He's gone after our chickens. We've had to train him not to do that because he has such a high instinct that he was trained, like he was trained to do the cattle, but those smaller ones just, I mean, it's in his nature. He's not trying to be bad. He just can't. He can't help it. He's going to go after him.
So did anybody have any questions about anything that we saw the last time? Do you guys want to see the garden again?
No, I think I'm good.
Yeah, we saw, go, Faith, put your microphone on if you want to say something.
Garden.
Garden.
I can show you one quick thing too. So, okay. So one of the things that we do to preserve food is we do canning, and we do, my lighting's going in and out. I know it's hard for you guys to see me. And we do dehydrating.
We do
And-
that too.
Do you? And so one of the things I did last night was I canned some pickles. So I took those cucumbers and I made them into pickles. And then I did something super fun. It took me 5 days, but I made Christmas pickles, and they taste like cinnamon candy.
What?
I know. Isn't that how to do that? Well, I had to take, I made a little video
Alex.
about it. I had to take the cucumbers and peel them and cut them in half and scoop out all the seeds. Then I had to cut them up, and then I had to soak them in this stuff called lime. Then I had to soak them in vinegar. And then for 5 days, I soaked them in a cinnamon syrup that I made from cinnamon candy and cinnamon sticks.
Wow.
And then I had to boil it down and pour it over, boil it down and pour it over. And when it was done, I heated it all up, poured it in the jars, put it in my big water bath canner right here, and then pulled it out. And I had cinnamon pickles.
Wow. And how do you make regular pickles?
With regular pickles, I like mine peeled. Mostly my discs aren't peeled here, but I peel them, I cut them up, and I put them in these jars. And then I've already got all my stuff out. I put a little bit of pickling spice down in the jar. I normally put fresh garlic, but Miss Daisy was out, so I had to do some garlic powder. And then I had to do some dill, and I put that in the bottom. And then I take pickling salt and 5% acidity vinegar, and I make a little vinegar and salt solution. It's called a brine. And then I pack everything in one of these, and I pour the brine over, and then I put on a little lid and a little band. This is called a band. And then I put it in the canner. Yeah. And so
it sits in and it just keeps working until it's ready.
Yep, for about 10 to 15 minutes, we put it in the water bath canner into boiling water. And then I sit it over here. These are still waiting. This one has not sealed, so my seal may have failed. But there's a little indent, so they did succeed. Technically, you're not supposed to pick them up, so I picked that one up for 24 hours. You're supposed to let them rest. And this is a teeny tiny one I did some peppers in. But they have all sealed because there's a little inverted thing there. And so this one's it's popped up, but they'll make a little ping sound whenever they've sealed. So, but before I put the flat part on, I have to make sure there's not any debris or anything underneath. And I take a little rag and I run it around the edge and make sure nothing's stopping it from sealing. So if this one doesn't seal within the next 10 hours or 8 hours, I'll just put it in the fridge and we'll eat this one first.
And then it just goes into your canning closet until you're ready to eat it.
Yeah, we put it over in the pantry. I've already made a few, but with as expensive as pickles are these days, I'm glad I know how to do this because I've got all these jars and all this stuff because we had a friend who couldn't use them anymore and she wanted to give them to us. So now I've got canning supplies.
Yay!
And then what's kind of also cool, we talked about the difference between plant and meat. Because there could be more bacteria in the meat, you have to pressure can. One of my friends found a pressure canner the other day for me. And so this is a pressure canner, and it puts everything under pressure, and it seals things in a really good way. And it, I don't know the technical reason, but it's a safer way to can, and you're not supposed to do meat in the water bath. You have to pressure can. And this is our dehydrator. There's okra in here. Look at how little it is. It's so little. But I saw some people who are using it for croutons, so I thought, oh, I'll try that. And then we've got tomatoes.
Ooh.
Lots of tomatoes. They taste like sun-dried tomatoes when they're done, and we just put them in a bag and stick them in the freezer, and we throw them into different things. I like to put them on pizzas. It makes me feel like I've got pepperoni for some weird reason. So, especially when I had to go vegan for a while, so that was helpful. But yeah, so those are some of the fun things that we have going on around here.
Well, and how long?
And pickle candy.
No,
I don't have okra candy, but I've got Christmas pickles.
I want some.
Ew.
We'll
Yeah.
post that out one of these days.
Ew.
Oh, and also I used the dye. It calls for dye. The candy has dye in it, but I like to use the no artificial coloring, food coloring, because it's better for our brains. So, but there is a little bit of red 40 in mine because I had to use cinnamon candies. So,
So you guys have any questions? So where did Savannah and Alex go?
He got mad. Candy.
oh no.
I'm mad. You angered me.
She got cinnamon candy.
Oh, you don't like candy, Savannah?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm tempted to show you guys Mr. Jake and my friend working on the shower, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask a quick question of my friend. Make sure. Hey
I
guys,
returned.
we got some kiddos that want to see what you guys are working on. Are you okay with being on camera? It's not like, okay. Okay, so Mr. Jake, he's grouting in the shower head.
Wow. That's
Nice
beautiful.
job.
This is our friend Anthony. Can you say hello?
Hi, Anthony.
Yeah, he gets to stay with us for a while. He gets to live and be among all the stuff here. Isn't that fun? I think they're jealous.
Yeah, that is
they want to be able
fun.
to see the bunnies. So what are you doing? What are you doing, Mr. Jake?
Well, right now, I'm grounding so that
And
he's behind the wall.
as if it leaks, it will mold and
Yep.
rot.
Yep.
And the wall might collapse.
And that'll wreck it.
Yep.
Yeah, the wall might collapse.
We don't want that. So he just took tile and he made all this whole thing tile. So it'll last a long time. And we'll put up shower doors and this will be our main bathroom.
Wow.
Nice.
Is that a rain shower head?
It is. It's a rain shower head. Isn't that fun?
Jake, that's really
Yeah.
impressive.
I bet you did. We did. We went ahead and did that. I'm gonna have to let you go pretty soon here. Is there any other final questions you have?
Nope.
Baby bunnies are cute.
I know. We'll have to see them again when they get a little bigger. It'll be fun.
Yeah, and then
They were adorable.
yeah.
They are. When they get weaned, there's another homesteader who's getting a couple from me. So they might not all be there, but I'll show you what I have.
It's actually one of the places I say
Well,
that.
Jake
I
is
almost
pretty amazing
cried.
that he built that beautiful shower.
I know.
Where did he learn how to do all that?
Where'd you learn how to do all this, Mr. Jake?
In prison.
Oh, Jake, there's kids. Mr. Jake, that's so silly.
From people that knew how to do it, and then they taught me, mostly from like my grandpa, and I learned a lot of things from other guys I worked with.
And then Mr. Jake became a shop teacher and he taught kids how to do fun things like this.
Nice.
It taught me a little bit.
What did he teach you, Anthony?
He taught me about how to measure it, properly grout it along the edges so it does not get into the wood and not rot. This is actually tile, even though it looks like wood.
Yeah. And what's that tool, that T tool you have in your hand? What did you guys do?
Put this together.
Did you get to use the welder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to use the saw too.
He got to use his sawzall and the welder this morning.
Wow. Hey, can he explain the thing about how not to have mold again? Because we didn't hear the whole thing.
Explain about how not to have mold.
Whenever it gets into the cracks, whenever there's not enough grout and there's air bubbles, because if there's air bubbles, the water will probably break into the crack, which will enter water into the wooden wall, which will make all this mold.
Yes, this is drywall. So we're just trying to waterproof everything to make it good and sealed.
Yeah, if it's like above every utility and all this, it's gotta be good if it's in the middle of one tile.
Yep.
Just like half a tile right above it so it does not get anything wet above it.
So we call this shop class with Mr. Jake. So Mr. Anthony's here.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
That was a really good. You might be a teacher also. You explain things really well.
Yeah, I want to teach kids like him someday how to do some of
Kids
this.
like me,
That's cool.
High five.
I'm a slow learner.
All right.
So this is, tell them that this is called Camp Genius, and we like watching geniuses like him.
So this is Camp Genius. So Miss Karen likes the kids to watch geniuses like Mr. Jake.
And your new
And you.
friend.
And our new friend. Yes, Anthony's definitely a 3D thinker. We collect those around here.
I think, and I do think he's got a teaching gift because Anthony, you explained things so that even I could understand. So thank you.
Very
Hey,
good.
little guy, did you understand about the rotting?
His name's Amari.
Amari,
You
did
understand?
you understand? That's good.
Awesome.
Very
Very
maybe
good.
someday you build your own house and like you build your own shower. You want to make sure you have stuff like this.
Super
That's
good.
right.
I love it. All right, say goodbye. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Miss Karen. We hope you have a good
Bye,
day.
Miss Daisy.
You too. Bye.
Thank you.
All right, let's see. I'm stopping the